Welcome to Finally Fettled, the podcast where cannabis meets conversation and maybe a little chaos.
We're your hosts,
Jackie
and Tori, here to keep it real about our cannabis journeys, share some laughs, and potentially even drop a little knowledge along the way.
We're all about making cannabis fun, approachable, and a bit less intimidating, whether you're a seasoned smoker or just kinda curious.
So sit back, spark up, and let's explore the highs, the lows, and everything in between.
Responsibly, of course. Let's get this sesh started.
Do not use cannabis if you are under the age of 21. Keep cannabis out of the reach of children. Please consume responsibly.
Hey guys!
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Finally Fettled.
We are here today with a very special guest.
Thank you.
My girl, Chris, who I actually met from working in our Newington location. I don't know how long I've known you now, but...
I started July 2023, so maybe like almost 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So this is Chris. Chris, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Chris. I obviously also work at Fettled. So I used to be a bud tender. Now I work in cultivation and I get to see all those cultivation side of things. I love to hike. I'm a huge cat lover and I love nature and I love cannabis.
Okay. It's our kind of girl.
Yeah.
Tori's been making me go on hikes lately. I'm really not that outdoorsy, but I'm really trying
It's so fun
to be outdoorsy.
Yeah. Just to be outside, let alone taking the exercise part out of it. It's just so relaxing.
What is your favorite hike?
I really like going to Gay City just because
I
there's so
haven't
many
been
trails.
there.
You can pick your path.
That's in
whenever you're
Andover,
there.
right?
It's in kind of Hebron, I think.
Hebron.
Bolton.
Okay.
Around there.
Okay. Tori, that's the next one.
Yeah, I have to put that one on my list.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys, should we talk about what we consumed responsibly before we got into the sesh?
Yes,
Sure.
absolutely. So we took some giant bong rips of New York sour diesel that is from Kynd Cannabis. Dominating terpenes are myrcene, caryophyllene, and limonene.
Ooh, my favorites.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty nice right now.
Yeah.
Feel nice.
Fettled, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely
Feel
fettled.
good. Tastes good.
Yeah.
We also have here the fog cutters. These are a relatively new product. We had the Fenway Funk, which is very nice.
Explain what the fog cutter is, though.
Yeah. Fog cutters, these are easily pre-rolls.
Yes.
These are one of my most recent favorite brands. Mm-hmm. This is my new obsession, I think.
Yeah. They're 2 half-gram infused pre-rolls, and they taste so delicious.
So good. That was the most flavored thing I think I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly. I think ever.
But in such a good way.
I love them. I'm obsessed. And they are infused as well, so they're always 40% or higher.
Yep. Love
Sweet.
it. Please tell us, share with the class, your go-to Trader Joe's
Okay,
item.
So just a little explanation beforehand. I only recently gotten exposed to Trader Joe's this past fall, which I feel to some people is really surprising. But I didn't grow up with any around me, so it was a fun experience.
Okay.
I went for the first time when I was visiting my sister up in Maine.
Yep.
She loved Trader Joe's, and I went. It was fall time, so they had all these seasonal items out. And I tried the pumpkin and spice snickerdoodle cookie mix.
What?
It's changed my life. Favorite item. They're so good. They're so easy
I
to
haven't
make.
tried those. Okay.
Definitely should. I'm kind of sad it's seasonal because I can only get it for so long.
Right.
It's so good.
Wow. I'm going to try that next fall.
Guys, a Maine Trader Joe's is probably top tier.
So good.
Oh my god, it was definitely the right place. Everyone around you just in hiking gear with their backpacks and everything.
Yeah, that is
a bunch of outdoorsy people
wow.
there. Yeah, I love
Wow.
Maine. It's great. It's so nice.
Catch me at a Trader Joe's in Maine.
Right. Chris, I want to know, what is your favorite strain, or what have you been consuming lately?
I've been consuming, so just to give some backstory again, I just finished smoking all the flower I accumulated while working at the dispensary, and which is a lot because you see all the shipments come in, everything's so exciting, all the pictures online, so I accumulated too much stuff while I was working there. And so I just finished consuming, I think, a few affinity flowers.
Okay.
I want to say it was definitely an indica. I don't remember the name of it, but everything I buy is definitely gorilla related. I love CT Pharma's Magenta Dream that I had quite a few of as well.
We used to talk about that all the time at the store.
All the time. So good. So that's been like my most recent, is just like finishing up all that affinity in CT Pharma flower that I had.
Yeah. Get
That
ready for the
nice.
fine Fettled flower.
Yeah, anything relaxing, I'm in. I love a calming strain.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I literally never buy indicas.
Yeah, and I know some people are like that.
I used to be like pretty much strictly sativa, but I really am leaning into the indica.
Yeah,
like,
it's a whole other world, honestly.
It's so nice. It's so nice.
It's very nice. I think the way to go sometimes is hybrids, because if you want a little bit of each, you definitely get it most of the time.
Yeah.
So I love those too.
Yeah, definitely.
Chris, I want to know, like, your beginning of your journey with cannabis. Like, where did it all start with you, and how did you end up in the industry, and what has that been like for you?
Yeah, okay, so this is like really fun to talk about. I love being a part of the industry. So I first got introduced to cannabis, I want to say like 2 to 3 years before I started working at the dispensary, which isn't too long, because some people, they're like, oh, I started smoking in middle school. Not me. I was very much so the goody two-shoes. But I started smoking weed. I used to work in veterinary, and I used to smoke after work, because working in veterinary is like, very stressful. You see lots of situations, and if you love animals, it's a very hard thing to see all the time. So I started smoking after work just to get rid of my anxiety, take away the stress from the day. And I've always been someone who just likes taking care of things, likes to take care of people. And this was something that was taking so well care of me. So I was really passionate about this is the last thing that I haven't explored that I've wanted to on my job resume. Working in veterinary was so fulfilling, but I was like, I always want to take care of people. I want to really see what this world is like, because I didn't know much about it, because I started smoking so late in life. Compared to some people. And so I just saw that on the news, 2023, it was the first year of recreational sales in Connecticut. And I was like, oh, there's going to be so many jobs popping around. I should definitely look into this now. And I found a job with Fettled as a bud tender, and that's my beginning in the industry, which was such a great way to start, because you learn so much about the plant, the terpenes, the strains.
The terps. Yes.
So it was such a good way to start, because of just talking about it all the time. You just consistently learn so much. And I was there for, I want to say a year and a half. Started in July 2023, that first year. And I just started working at the cultivation facility end of December.
Nice.
So it's been very quick. It feels like I've been a part of this for so much longer.
Yeah.
But it's only been such a short period of time. And now, again, like I talked about, it's so different being in this environment versus the environment of the dispensary.
Yeah.
So it's been a really nice journey, and it's been so much fun.
Yes.
All right. So, Chris, I want to know a little bit more about the transition from working in retail to now being in cultivation, and what that was like for you.
It all happened so fast. I'm not going to lie. It was just so awesome the way everything worked out. So working in the dispensary is a world different from working in the cultivation side of things. At the dispensary, you're talking to people for 8 hours a day. You're learning all this stuff about weed. You're talking to your coworkers about what you've been smoking, asking the customers what they've been liking. Just so much conversation.
I love it.
I will say I still work in a building without windows, but I'm starting my plants now, which is kind of nice. So it's a lot quieter. It's definitely still chill, but it's nice to, I guess, be surrounded by plants and kind of working with my hands more than just, I guess, spreading all this knowledge.
Yeah, that is so cool. I loved when I got to go in there and see you guys.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Do you just feel happy all the time being there?
All the time. It's so hard not to, because I honestly feel like a plant, because when you're in those rooms, it's so nice and cozy and warm. They're all temperature controlled.
Yeah.
You are in these bright lights that look and kind of feel like the sun.
Yeah.
So it's just happy all vibes all the time. All the time.
Even just being the smell,
Yeah, it makes me so happy. So good.
Do you miss anything about working in the dispensary?
I definitely do.
Yeah.
I miss my Newey fam.
Yeah.
Shout out Newington if you're listening. I love you
The
guys.
camaraderie, yes.
Yeah, I will say, the vibes and the environment of working in a dispensary is just so much fun.
It
and
is.
you can't not miss, just being around people who are so excited to just like talk about weed and talk to like, you know, so many people about it throughout the day. I definitely miss like being at the dispensary and seeing all the products because now I have to go on the website and like search everything, which is like so different than this.
I know. Being there. I used to know the menu like the back of my hand.
Same.
Like,
it's so weird not knowing like, oh, what do they have in right now? So I definitely miss buying things as often as I did. But it's really nice to learn about the plants.
Yeah. Do you think there has been a difference in the way that you like consume cannabis or what strains since switching over?
Yeah, I will say strains. I've still been sticking to the hybrids and indicas. I haven't explored too much of that, but I will say when I first started smoking, like before I started at the dispensary, it was just vaping and just edibles. And then once I started at the dispensary, you see all these like pretty pictures of the flower, and I was like, oh my God, I want to go to there. Like, what is this? And so I really explored smoking flower, like pre-rolls and all of that when I was at the dispensary, and I still prefer flower now. So I love to consume just the good old flower, and especially being around it now, you even appreciate it even more because you like see all the hard work that goes into like making these plants like flourish.
So what is like your day to day at the cultivation? Like, what do you do?
I love it. So we get to work, and a shout out my manager Marty. We all meet in the morning, and Marty does a little huddle with everybody and just goes over our plan for the day, like what we're going to be doing. My day to day is usually just like defoliing the plants, which just means like taking off all those big fan leaves just to promote like more growth to the bud. So we're always like manicuring them. So we test the water throughout the day, which is also really cool, just to like test the pH, make sure everything's looking good. And it's honestly just that. It's lots of teamwork. Like, we're all getting these tasks done together.
That's
and
nice.
It's just really taking care of these plants and making sure they're doing okay.
Do you guys have music playing for the plants?
So it's more for us while we're working, but I will say we always have like a speaker going, like a radio going, some just like chill playlist. And it's especially fun during harvest. We just finished our second harvest, which is like so exciting and so rewarding. And we had some fun, your classic like stoner music playing the whole time. And I think the plants definitely feel the vibes of that. Not gonna lie.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
You have to play them this podcast.
I think I will. We're gonna have to listen to it together. I think it's only right. You know, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
So, what's your like favorite part of your job caring for the plants that like maybe people don't even realize is a thing, or you didn't realize would be a thing?
Yeah, so honestly, I really have been enjoying learning about the water testing parts of everything because we grow hydroponically, which if you don't know, just means that the plants don't grow in soil. So I didn't really realize that going into it unless you know what hydroponic is. So I think learning about the water and how the plant gets fed everything through the water, like nutrient system, is really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so weird not to see soil everywhere. Because, like, I've even worked at, like, a garden center, and, like, everything is, like, soil needs soil for this. You're covered in soil. Like, it's very cool to be around plants and, like, see this whole new, like, science behind it.
Wow. Okay. Describe the smell of the facility in, like, one sentence.
Potent. That's what I'll say.
Just one word.
Yep. Just potent.
Yeah. Right. Like, I thought working in the store was potent. Yep. And then you go to the facility, you're like, oh.
Yeah. And you know immediately. Like, with all the fans moving, like, that it would be, like, circulating a lot more. But just those plants, they're so potent. Like, you don't think you're smelling it, and then you walk into a different room and it hits you.
Yeah. Do you just smell like weed 24/7 now?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
You don't think it affects your clothing or, like, your hair as much as it does. It really, like, saturates. And then even when, like, you shower, sometimes, like my towel still smells like it. I smell like it all the time, but I love the smell of it, so it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Love that.
So, Chris.
Yes.
Is there a strain that you think is underrated?
Ooh. That That is such a good question. Underrated, I feel like there's so many underrated ones I feel like I've heard about that I still haven't had yet. Underrated, I feel like there are some Connecticut strains that don't get enough light because people don't know what they are. Underrated, I think Star Killer was one of the ones that I had at the dispensary.
Yes.
And that one is so good.
Yes.
And I feel like I never really hear it that much. And that's definitely one of my favorite ones I've discovered.
Okay.
And anything like Girl Scout cookies. Sometimes I
Dude.
feel like some people don't go for those classic strains you hear about because they want the new stuff. And, you know, those are the classics.
I think a strain that does not get talked about enough, Pure Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Guys,
That was good.
Interesting. Yeah.
Michigan, okay? I used to shout that from the rooftops to patients and customers who
On
would
the
come
sales
in looking for something like to help with anxiety and just feeling calm, like Pure Michigan.
What is it, a hybrid?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And we would get it all the time in vape form
Yeah.
from CT Pharma.
The carts.
But we've gotten it in flower before.
Yep.
I've seen it like here and there randomly.
Yeah, I think
but
that's CT Pharma.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely from them.
Yeah. Pure Michigan, guys.
Okay.
Cannot say enough about it.
I
And
think hybrids are also kind of underrated overall.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, oh, I want the sativa, I want the indica, but, like, I feel like people are like, oh, like, that's not, like, enough of anything, but it's just such a good marriage.
yeah.
Okay, I know you said that you are a flower girly now.
Yes.
But what is like your favorite method?
Favorite method?
Is it just smoking a joint
Ooh,
or
I would say definitely smoking. I did want to drop some lore on the podcast.
Okay.
And I wanted to bring up one of my favorite stories, because I will say my favorite time that I smoked weed was my first blunt, which was with you, Jackie. This is so funny.
Stop.
And I want to talk about it because
Oh
we
my
were-
god.
Who was it? Me, you, and Ash?
It was me and Miguel.
me.
Shout out Miguel if you're listening too.
Okay. All right.
So this was so funny. So I never smoked a blunt before, just like flower.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, the blunt that we smoked together, I don't know what flower it was or anything, but it was the happiest I've ever been. Like, after that blunt, it was so good.
Wait, what? I love that so much. Oh my
it
god.
was such a good feeling, and I think
I'm
that
part of one of your core memories.
I know, like, honestly, secretly, not anymore. Blends are definitely, like, so fun, but I usually smoke them with other people now because of that.
Yeah.
And a bong is definitely my favorite method of consumption.
Same.
Smoking out the bong.
Especially lately.
Yep,
Yeah.
me too.
I'm on a bong kick?
Tori and I are also back on our bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been smoking some
Underrated,
bowls.
too, not gonna lie.
Yeah, we have been smoking bowls. Honestly,
Yep.
nothing wrong with a nice little
No,
bowl.
Exactly, and I feel
What?
like you go
Yeah.
through less flower smoking that
Right.
way.
Oh,
Right.
100%.
So definitely goes a long way.
Actually, though, I do only like I don't smoke blunts by myself. I feel like smoking blunts
Yeah.
is very much like a
very
community
social
thing.
thing.
Yeah. And I think just cannabis in general is like that. Like I
Yes.
think like when I was in college or even like whenever I was working different places that I worked, the people I connected with
it's
was
so
always
in
the people who
community.
smoked.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because after work we'd be like, "Oh, you smoke? Oh, me too. Like, let's go smoke."
Yeah.
You know,
Hang
and
out, yeah.
I feel like I've met a lot of my friends through cannabis,
Same.
inside and outside of the industry.
Yeah.
Me too.
Definitely. But yeah, I only smoke them if I'm with somebody who rolls them because
Which was
I
Miguel.
can't roll a blunt. Right. Ash can roll a blunt in like 2 minutes flat. I'm like, girl,
Impressive. That's so impressive.
wow.
I feel like when I roll, like, it's such like a meditative thing.
Yeah.
That I feel like I spend so much time just like enjoying it,
Yeah.
like perfecting it.
Yeah. I'm a cone packer.
That's the thing nowadays.
I love a good cone.
Before I bought cones, I bought papers because I was like, this is like the OG thing, right?
Yeah.
And when I was getting into flower, and my boyfriend actually taught me how to roll.
Oh,
And he
okay.
can't smoke anymore because of his job.
Yeah.
So he kind of like lives vicariously through me now.
Yeah.
Everyone tells me I roll my joints backwards. I put the filter on the right side.
Oh.
Oh, I do too.
Oh,
That's how I learned.
yeah. It's so much easier. Or do you put the filter on the left side?
Oh.
Because I feel like I'm right-handed, so like it's easier to roll. Like start with that.
Exactly.
I feel like I've always tried to do it on the left side when I've rolled my own, but maybe it would be easier on the right side, and maybe that's my problem.
Yeah,
you should definitely try it. Wow. It's like when you like go on a scooter. Like, which foot do you choose?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I got a question.
Ooh, okay.
If you could get high with any historical figure, who would it be? And why?
That is such a good question.
Or, like, it doesn't even need to be historical. Just, I guess, any figure.
With anybody. I would say Mac Miller.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. When I'm working sometimes, I'm listening to a playlist called Smoking Weed with Mac Miller.
Oh. We should listen to that.
Yes. No,
Okay.
I love it. It's such a good playlist. I love Mac Miller. He was such, like, an open person about his consumption.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, if you are a stoner, you usually come across, like, these groovy Mac Miller songs through these playlists every now and then.
Yeah.
So I loved Mac Miller and how, like, just, like, the sweet person he, like, was. And I would definitely like to smoke with that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a great pick.
Thank you. Hard question.
What is the best piece of advice you would give someone wanting to get into cultivation?
Ooh. Also a great question. Just to go for it. Because I feel like lots of people wait for, like, the perfect position. And even I didn't know if I saw myself on the retail side of things when I got that position as a bud tender.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the time more for, like, the cultivation side of things, but they do look for lots of experience with those things when you're, like, first getting into it. So I would say just to go for it. I feel like lots of people still think it's so taboo, like, this is legal stuff, like, it's medicine. Yeah. I would just say to go for it, take a position. I myself am an introvert, and sounding like you don't have to know everything, I think is also really important. Maybe I might switch to that. I think you don't have to know everything because you eventually do learn so much, and things are constantly changing in this industry that it's not something to be scared of.
Yes, exactly. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you had to sum up your time with Fettled in 3 words.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I would say one of them is fun. This is just such a fun industry to be in. Like, I feel like this industry attracts so many people that are just, like, kind, relaxed people who aren't, like, don't want to be stressed all the time. And so everyone approaches work that way. So definitely fun, friendly, I think, as well. Everybody I meet in that environment is friendly.
Yeah.
Like, I've had such good experiences, so many new friendships because of the industry. So I'd say fun, friendly, and educational, I think, would be the third one.
Okay.
Just because of how much I've learned. I knew nothing before I started, and now I feel like because of that huge retail part of my career, I feel like I could talk to anybody about anything, you know?
Yes, I absolutely get that.
Definitely. Yes. All right, guys. Well, that was that.
This was really so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming on, Chris. This was awesome.
Yes.
I loved hearing about the plants.
Yes, I loved hearing about the plants.
They're so good.
Are you so excited for your plant babies to be released into the wild?
So much. Like, I'm excited myself to smoke them because, you know, it's so crazy how fast these plants grow. It's like 3 months. And, like, we've spent so much time, like, working with these plants, hanging out with them. And I can't wait to see, like, if, like, the energy of that, like, goes into the plants when you smoke them. And it just feels good.
I'm so excited, too.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Finally Fettled and hanging out with us.
Yes. Thank you, Chris, for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And make sure you guys are following us on Instagram at finallyfettled.pod. You can also write into us at podcast@findfettled.com if you know, want to ask us any questions or tell us a funny story that you want us to share. We would love that.
Guys, please leave us a review. We would really appreciate it. We want to hear from you guys in the reviews section.
Yes.
Please consume responsibly.
Thank you.
Do not use cannabis if you are under the age of 21. Keep cannabis out of the reach of children. Please consume responsibly.